I'm going to start in the 1600s
Okay, wow.
in the north of Spain in a Franciscan abbey. What does that have to do with modern day Chile?
What?
The oldest reference I could find for a chili or chili con carne, chili with meat, was from Spain.
Really?
Sister Mary de Jesus of Agreda, Spain. She was a Franciscan abbess.
Okay.
She claimed that she bilocated into the new country, into New Spain, into the Texas-Mexico area, and she claimed to have a lot of interaction with Humano Indians
Really?
who were from that area. And she had a recipe of what they were eating at the time, which included chili peppers, tomatoes, onions, and venison.
Really?
Sounds like a good start on chili to me.
It does. That sounds good.
They said she would go into some sort of hypnotic state. She would have a blue glow around her, and she would disappear for hours.
Are you making this up?
No.
Okay.
No, all documented.
Okay.
Well, it was written about.
Okay, written about.
And when missionaries showed up to witness to the Humano Indians during that period of time, they said, well, there's already been a woman in blue who has appeared here. I'm not gonna say it couldn't have happened.
Okay.
It is what it is.
That's right.
So anyway, as I dug further, what are the classic things that you find? What do you usually have spice-wise in your chili, in today's chili?
Cumin.
That's the magic word
Oh,
right
it is.
there.
Okay,
That's the one I was
All right.
looking for. Now, after she died in the 1760s, and after King Philip IV died, King Philip V was looking for folks, volunteers, to leave the Canary Islands and go into the Texas-Mexico area. He sent 5 families, they volunteered, close to modern-day San Antonio. Now, if you ask anybody from Texas, San Antonio is where the birth of chili was.
Really?
So all of a sudden, you have Canary Islanders with cumin, which is an old world spice, taking some local dishes with the chili peppers and everything and adding cumin. Could that have been the magic? I don't know. But you think about that, it's an old world spice. They used that in their recipes there. It started to be documented in the 1820s. They talked about this dish. Now Texans call it a bowl of red.
Okay.
A bowl of red.
Because there's no beans, it's just red.
Bowl of red. Now,
Okay.
was that due to the fact that there were peppers in it? A lot of times they'd say there was more peppers in it than there was meat.
Okay.
And that was a staple way back then. So we have folks from the Canary Islands bringing over cumin. We already have the established dish, according to Mary. There's the basics. You add a little cumin to the chili peppers and the meat and the onions and tomatoes.
That's a secret. Cumin's a secret.
I believe we're starting to find the roots of chili.
Yeah.
So as if it wasn't already complicated, here's what happens back in the early 20s in Cincinnati. Tom and John Kirajeff, brothers.
Okay.
They came into Cincinnati, and here's what you're gonna find fascinating. 1912, 1913, the Balkan Wars began. What happened in Macedonia and parts of Greece? People fled. People didn't want any part of that. Those brothers got the heck out of there. They came to Cincinnati. Who else came over in 1912, 1913 from Greece to
My
this day?
grandfather.
Emmanuel Kalakaris.
That's right.
What did he do? He ended up with a restaurant, in Pennsylvania.
Yes.
So here comes these brothers. They located next to a burlesque theater.
Oh,
They named their chili, Empress Chili, after the theater,
really?
still in cans today. But if you go have Cincinnati chili, you'll start hearing really weird things like 2-way, 3-way, 4-way, even 5-way, depending on what you get on it. Depending on if you have it on spaghetti, if you have cheese on it, if you have onions on it, if you have beans on it. So you have them all, it's 5-way chili. In 1893, at the Chicago's World Fair, they had chili stands. 1893 at the World's Fair in Chicago. They started having San Antonio chili stands. Next thing you know, everybody has got chili joints in the 1920s. When we're in San Antonio, everywhere you go, they've got the original chili.
Oh, yeah.
This real chili was here. And really, if you look at it, that's probably right near where you really got your folks. Ask Sister Mary.
There you go.
So back to Mary. Now listen to this. She died in 1665. In the early 1900s, they exhumed her body, put it back. They re-exhumed her body in 1989 or somewhere thereabouts, and her body was almost perfect. Incorruptible body,
Really?
as they call that. Someone who sometimes attains sainthood, they have this incorruptible body that doesn't seem to decompose. So I'm not going to doubt her chili recipe. I mean, she's still
Yeah.
hanging out, several hundred years later in good shape.
She's got some good chili.
That's what I'm saying.